No, 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 no. No one wants baby girl Lisa back. This is the dumbest thing. You guys, baby girl Lisa, if you even remember her, I feel like she's so irrelevant. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. And if you even freaking remember her, there is this rumor circulating around that went like viral yesterday on Instagram saying that 90 Day Fiance is talking about, or people want 90 Day Fiance to literally give her a spinoff. And I heard that, reposted it, and I literally had thousands of people message me saying absolutely no. So I really wanted to freaking address this. This is the rumor, and I feel like honestly she just pretty much made it up herself. She said that, I don't even know, there's something going around saying 90 Day Fiance fans support for Lisa baby girl Ham and want her on her own spin-off. 90 Day Fiance Lisa is known for telling it how it is, blah blah blah. Many are asking for Lisa to be included in one of the next spin-offs. Who? And then it's like you go through, Lisa went through, I'll kind of filter them. She went through and was reposting seriously like 4 people. One of the people, I don't know this person personally, but Uncle Vicky, and I believe that's like Lisa's friend. So that's just not even a real person because the person's friends with Lisa, obviously. Then you go through, there's like, like 2 more accounts reposting it, which like, for all we know, they could just be Lisa. So who is asking for this? Literally who? And if you're asking me, Lisa just basically made up a rumor that they, she probably, if I had to guess, made up a rumor to get TLC 90 Day Fiance's attention, so they would just say, okay, there is some people that want her to come back on the show, and then maybe, she's thinking that they're gonna see it, they're gonna ask her to come back on. I don't know. I find it pretty hilarious, though, that there is 90 Day Fiance Pillow Talk, there is 90 Day Fiance, just about everything. There was 90 Day Fiance Bears All, 90 Day Fiance Single Life, and she was not on one of them. And Usman was on 90 Day Bears All, and I feel like after some honestly absolutely horrible things that I'm not even going to talk about that Lisa said on the last tell-all, it's like after she made those comments, 90 Day Fiance should not and hopefully will not let her on another spinoff. If you don't remember, I'm not going to comment on it any further, but she said some absolutely horrible things that, yeah, it was crazy. And after that went out, it's like she can't ever be on a 90 Day Fiance spinoff ever again. So I don't know who started this rumor. I don't know what fans are sharing that they want her on another show. I have never personally heard this. I hate to really be down on her, but I have probably never heard from one of my followers that they wanted to see her back on 90 Day Fiance. But maybe that is just me. And we have so much more 90 Day Fiance drama that I am going to be talking about in a couple of seconds. Don't you dare worry. But before I do, I have to say, do y'all remember Stephanie? Obviously, you guys remember Stephanie. She was with Ryan. She was on the last season of 90 Day Fiance, and she was not on the 90 Day Fiance tell-all season finale. However, she did end up doing her own version of the tell-all called Sofa Talk with Steph. If you haven't already checked it out, I want to put a link above or below this video. Seriously, please click on it, watch it for yourself, check it out, because we are going to do a 2-part of the interview. After, you watch it for yourself, check it out, let me know if you have any questions that you want me to ask Stephanie, because she has agreed that I'm one of the very few lucky people. I guess I feel just so lucky and proud. I don't know why she chose me to be one of these people, but maybe it's the Michigan thing we both have going. But either way, Stephanie has agreed to come back on this channel for like a part 2 of her tell-all, so we can all watch it and then we can ask her questions from the Sofa Talk with Steph. So it's kind of like a part 2 cool thing. So I do want to say, guys, if you have not already watched Stephanie's version of her own tell-all, it's on her Instagram. I'll put a link above or below this video so you can check it out for yourself. It's really freaking good. And like I said, if you have any questions, let me know, because sometime very soon, she's going to be coming back on this channel for a part 2, and we can kind of pick her brain and see what all is going down and really kind of understand everything going on in this crazy, bizarre, unbelievable situation. So please check it out. I'm going to put a link above or below this video. But now back for the rest of the 90 Day Fiance drama, because no, we are not even close to being done for the day. We have so much more stuff going on, and the first thing I need to talk about is, guys, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, and that would be with 90 Day Fiance on Discovery Plus, the Single Life show, because this show finally, thank you God, is starting to get good. On the last episode, we saw the most unbelievable thing I have maybe ever seen ever on 90 Day Fiance, and that would be with Danielle. Danielle went on a blind date one time. She's already, in a long story short, if you're not watching the 90 Day Fiance Single Life show, her and her girlfriends, they went out on a trip. They went out for a weekend trip, and they're trying to set her up with all these guys, which, number one, that's about the dumbest thing you can do, because it's like, if you want to meet a man to date, you're not even in your state. So what is the point of dating some guy states and states and states away? But anyway, she went on one blind date, and it was absolutely awful, awkward, and let's just be real, the guy had no interest. So yeah, super awkward. But then she went on another blind date, and okay, her friends met this guy like in the hotel lobby. There was, they randomly, and the guy's name is Sonny. So I figured he'd be some old 60-some-year-old guy, a bigger kind of a guy, and they go up to the date, and who is Sonny? I'm going to try and find a picture. That is Sonny, and Sonny is like a scrawny guy, and oh my god, usually I say that he might be on a little something something. Sonny, without a doubt, was on something something. He was not even within question. This guy was out of his mind, off his rocker, however you want to word it. He was definitely on something, and they went on a freaking date. They went on this boat date where they were, I don't even know, it was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Unbelievably awkward and weird. However, they started talking, and they were kind of totally, completely getting along. Now, I don't believe any way, shape, or form that Sonny has any real romantic interest in Danielle, because he's way younger than her. They just, they didn't seem to really have that kind of a connection, but they were buddy-buddy, they were joking around. Danielle did say, though, she goes, if Sonny wanted to hang out more, I would definitely be down, but Sonny, he didn't seem down. But here is the weird thing. Sonny did say, well, let's just Uber back to the hotel together, and we got to see in the sneak peek at the beginning of the episode that Danielle got a little romantic, if you know what I'm talking about, with a man. Now, we did not see who this man is. I don't know if it was Sonny. I don't know what is going on. But all I know is Danielle went on a date. It was freaking hilarious. The guy was, on something, and she ended up getting romantic with a guy at the end of the date. So I don't know if it was a different date or the same date or what is going on, but pretty freaking crazy. So we're going to stay tuned on that one, and we are not even close to being done, because guess what? We got to see Ed. I know no one can stand Ed. I really especially can't stand that, but here's the cool thing about Ed. Now, Ed is going to a wedding with his woman, Liz. Couple things about this. Number one, I reached out to Liz. I found Liz. Liz is very, 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 very private on social media, but I found her, I reached out, and she has agreed to come on my channel. So I want to ask y'all, I know I've been asking so much this video, but I do want to ask you guys, do you have any questions for Liz? Liz is the lady that Ed was dating, who was the waitress, manager, bartender person that he had a crush on. They went on a couple dates. It was very awkward. They are still technically at this time in the show dating, but I just have there's no way they're still together. I mean, they could be, but there's absolutely no freaking way. Either way, though, I wanted to ask you guys, do you have any questions for Liz? What do you want to know for Liz? I already have a big laundry list I want to ask her, but if you guys have any questions, please, please, please give me a message on Facebook or Instagram. That would really help me out so much, or put in the comments below. But yes, we got to see Ed and Liz go on this, wedding thing. They're going to his friend's wedding. It was a 3-hour car drive. She can't stand the guy. He never shuts up, like someone you might know, and he was being freaking annoying. And so finally they get there. They get to the hotel, and guess what's happening? Guess what happens in the way to their hotel? Liz agreed to go and stay in the same room if there were 2 queen beds. However, Ed got a call, which is probably fake, and said that actually all the queens are out and there's only 1 king. And of course, Ed was all giddy and happy and okay, that's fine by me, but he didn't even tell Liz. And the dumb thing was Liz got out of the car to go in the trunk to grab, some whatever, or bag or something, and then he got the call. If I was Ed, I would get out of the car and say, hi, here is the receptionist concierge person at the hotel, Liz. You can talk to her, because I'm sure you probably won't believe me. But Ed just said, yeah, I'll take it, that's fine. It's like, dude, why would you talk to your lady? It's not even, really. And if I was Ed, honestly, I would probably just say, I'll get a pull-out, I'll get one of those mattress things that you can roll in, a roll-in mattress, and you can have the king, I'll do this, you do that, and we can kind of keep to ourselves, because you don't want to cross a line in a situation when you are 3 hours away. Like, what would she do? If she did feel uncomfortable or weird, she's 3 hours away from her home. What would she do at that point? So it's very uncomfortable situation. I don't know if he's lying or not, but it is still just very, very, very weird. But they get to the hotel, there is 1 king, he's all happy, he gets her drinks and strawberries and this and that, and they get kind of in a romantic fashion. They do a little bit of this, and it was probably the most uncomfortable thing I have ever witnessed in my entire life. Besides the date that Danielle and Sonny went on, this was so unbelievably gross, weird, wrong, it was just nothing I'd ever want to see, and I felt so bad for this girl. I am turning 24 in about a couple days. This person's 28. We're basically the exact same age, not really, but basically. Ed is like, so I look at me and her like we're in the young adult. Ed is like an old adult. I don't know how old, Ed is in his 50s, but he looks even older yet, and he just, I mean, it's like, oh my God, it was so weird seeing them together, and I was just like, oh, I feel bad for this girl. I feel like this girl, I don't know. She has agreed to come on the channel so we can ask her, but I feel like she just felt kind of like, you know, I have to do it, the cameras, blah, blah, blah. Maybe she did like him. Maybe she still likes him. I really have no idea. But oh my God, it was so cringy. Oh yeah, we saw Colt. Long story short, I'll keep them real quick. Colt asked Vanessa for like the 5th time to be his girlfriend, and she finally said basically like, sure. She didn't really say yes, she said okay, I believe. And then he said, oh, no, I want you to make sure that you're 100% down and you're cool, blah, blah, blah. And she just finally said, yeah, I want to do it, I like you. They ended up, but she said, I will do it. However, we need to go to couples counseling. And they went to counseling. Basically, Colt has this issue, kind of like myself, where he's never happy. He's always trying to find the next best thing. And Vanessa said that she was, you know, scared that he was never going to be happy with her. It was kind of just a bunch of, honestly, this therapist guy they went to didn't seem like much of, it was just a very, very, very weird situation. But they went, they talked, they kind of worked out some differences, and the weirdest thing is Colt ended up buying Vanessa an engagement ring. Now, he did not show it to Vanessa, he just showed it to his mother because he wanted to ask for her blessing, which is like, Colt, you've already gone down this road, you really need your mom, it's like, what are you asking mom blessing for? But he wanted her blessing, he asked her. Of course, if you don't already know, Debbie is ecstatic because for some reason, she couldn't stand Larissa, she couldn't stand Jess, but she loves Vanessa, and I can kind of see why, because Vanessa seems to be kind of like a yes man kind of person. She's always just saying yes, and she's happy, and she goes with the flow, and she really doesn't seem to fight too often, and she at least appears to, I don't think she is by any means, but she appears to have that level-headed mentality. I don't think she does, but she acts like it. And I think she's probably polite to Debbie, and I think Debbie does kind of like that. So they're buddy-buddy. And of course, Colt is just happy as heck. So he got a ring, he's gonna ask her to marry him, which is just the craziest thing, because like they've been dating for what, you know, a couple months. So I don't know why on earth they're going to be getting engaged. Sounds pretty freaking stupid. What's wrong with just dating at this point? But hey, to each their own. I guess he wants to prove to her that he's serious and all that great stuff. So that's what he's going to try and do. But yes, Colt, Vanessa, they are happy. They are together. And Debbie, she was actually looking at doing some dating of herself. And that is, she was looking at actually going on a dating site. Now, we're not going to see if she got any matches. I'm sure we probably will. But we didn't see if she matched with anyone. We didn't see if she goes on any dates. All we got to see is Vanessa and Colt help set up her profile. Ooh, then we saw Brittany. And ooh, if you don't already know, she has a man. And I'm blanking on his name. She's a pretty boring man in town. He came in from Toronto. She lives in Texas now, so yeah, not a close flight by any means, and he flew in the middle of a freaking pandemic. I don't know how he came here, but either way, he did come here. He met up with her. It was awkward. It was weird. Things started to kind of get better, but then they ended up meeting up with Brittany's 2 friends, and things got really bad, and they got so bad that Brittany just said, look, I'm not interested. I've lost all interest at this point, and we are done. Nothing ever happened in a romantic fashion whatsoever, and then the guy left, and the guy was absolutely devastated and mad, and Brittany was just like, I'm done with you. This is over. She wouldn't even like literally give the guy a hug. It was like the most awkward thing ever, but he left, he's gone, and I honestly kind of feel bad for the guy. I feel like the guy never should even have came, because I don't think Brittany is ever going to be ready to be in a serious relationship anytime soon. I've heard things about her that she was kind of dating this guy that was a rapper, and he was giving her money, and all this kind of jazz, so it's like, okay, does she really want a boyfriend, or does she want a sugar daddy? Either way, it's still like, why do you tell a guy from Toronto to fly to see you if you have no interest in him? But she claims she had to see him, she had to meet him, even though they have already met, but she had to see him again more recently. And when he came here, he was different. He wasn't telling the complete truth, and she lost interest. So I get that, but it was still just like, geez, the guy really had to come all this way. But anyway, he came, he left, and now they are not even a couple. She does have one other man in Detroit, but still, it's like you live in Texas, so you can't just meet a guy in Texas. But either way, anyway, that is it for Brittany. And we also got to see Molly. Now, this is either going to be really stupid or really crazy, because we got to see Molly. She had her man, Kelly. Kelly left. Kelly was very quiet. Kelly would not tell us everything that was going on in his past. We did not really know. And he finally did admit that he had a relationship in like 2012 that was very serious. And Molly ended up stalking this woman that he was dating, and guess what? she now has a kid. And so Molly did the math that, this woman that he dated has a 12-year-old kid. Okay, well, they dated, no, not 12. I'm an idiot. They dated in 2012, and so that'd be 8 years ago-ish. And so it's like, this kid that this woman has is 8 years old. So at the times, they really kind of line up like that would be his kid, possibly. Now, Kelly, he never said he has a kid. He actually said he doesn't have a kid. It's kind of the crazy thing. So now Molly's like, oh my God, if this is his kid, that would be absolutely insane. And she would totally dump him because he did lie at that point. But it's like, I think it could be his kid. Molly is basing this off the fact that the kid looks like him. That is it. So it could be his kid. I could also see it not being his kid. It could go either way. It's kind of just a long shot, though, to say, you know what, this person looks like you, so it's probably your kid. Kind of a long shot, but I do kind of get it. So we're going to have to wait and see, but I have a pretty big hunch that Molly's just going to dump the guy either way, and she's just trying to find an excuse. Well, guys, 90 Fiance Single Life, what a crazy show. And also, Stephanie, I'm telling you guys, watch the Sofa Talk with Stephanie because she's coming right back on this channel, and I want you guys to know and have questions for me to ask her what y'all think. Well, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the follow, hit the share, and y'all better please stay tuned for many more videos.